So as the title of this video does suggest, I'm going to be talking about why Tailor is an absolute unit in marketing. Now I'm going to go ahead and assume that if you are watching this video, you already know who he is, or at the very least you've seen his videos prop up on TikTok or Instagram. But in case you're one of the very few that hasn't, here's a little taster. These are the kind of videos that he's putting out there.
Little Chinese boys don't even want a suit from me. They just want to be violated by me, absolutely violated. But in order to do so, first of all, I need to... Chinese boy, how old are you?
18.
I do not believe this boy. Does he look 18? I've got 2 hangers. Are you sure you're 18?
Yes.
Okay, that's plenty of consent for me. 2 buttons, 2 Marzoni buttons, my ... hand, needle and thread pick stitching. I'm so sick of smacking Chinese boys. I want to smack some girls. Is that kosher enough? I want to smack some girls. Is that kosher enough? I want to smack some girls. Is that kosher enough? Young Chinese boy, are you happy?
Very.
Okay. Beijing and Shanghai. Beijing and Shanghai. Beijing and Shanghai.
And it's a surprise that he's yet to be cancelled, right? That is, this day and age, doing that kind of stuff, very cancelable. But clearly it's a joke. Clearly there is, mind the pun, plenty of consent there from his clientele. And he's got hundreds of these videos and we've never seen anyone come out and complain. We've never heard any stories of anyone saying they was treated badly. It's a little bit of banter. And yet regardless of that, it's very creepy, right? But I went down a right hole of this going through them. I tell you what, the creepy stuff aside, the actual explanations of the suit, it's kind of satisfying to listen to. It's almost like ASMR.
Stack them in my signature details like my 2-button horn button, narrow fish mouth lapel with my ... hand, needle and thread, pick stitching, barchetta breast pocket with a curve and kick. There's the peak of my pocket square.
But point being, I've gone through hundreds. I've gone through all of these videos, and the more recent you get, as in the newer uploads are seemingly getting more and more creepy. So I'm here thinking to myself that he must be doing this just for some kind of clout, right? He's just trying to rake in the views and the engagement, but he's not benefiting off it at all. But then I realised that this is actual real Tailor, right? So he's got to work somewhere. So I start checking out the actual place, Tailor, and learning a few interesting things about the actual guy himself, or more so, the actual shop. So Tailor, it's a generational thing. He's not Sam. His real name is Roshan. Sam is his granddad. So the Tailors is based in Hong Kong, and it's a generation thing. I think it's been open like 60, 70 years or something. His granddad started it, and then his granddad's sons took over, and then his granddad's sons took over, which is where we get Roshan from. But they're not just your standard tailor. They're actually quite highly reputable. They've worked with some real high-end royalty, politicians, they've worked with celebrities. I'm just going to pull up a quick Wikipedia, because Wikipedia knows everything, to get a little understanding of the history of this tailor. So the shop was founded in 1957 after Sam signed a contract to produce the uniforms of British soldiers stationed in Hong Kong. Then it gets passed on to his sons and his sons, yada yada yada. The clientele include Queen Elizabeth II. Imagine if he was doing that kind of stuff with Queen Elizabeth, right? It's not going to fly.
This Chinese Filipino American boy showed up thinking he was hot shit, taller than me, better looking than me. No chance.
So clearly, there's got to be, you've got to imagine that behind all that clout and all that persona that he's putting across, there has to be a high level of professionalism for him to have clients like Queen Elizabeth II. Not to mention, we got Ronald Reagan, Prince Philip, King Charles, We've got George Bush, Bill Clinton, Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair, and celebrities including Naomi Campbell, Bruno Mars, Russell Crowe. We've got Michael Jackson had a suit made in this tailor's. Kylie Minogue, David Bowie, and Richard Gere. So the list of clientele is insane. It's hard to imagine that this kind of shop with this kind of clientele, this is the same guy who's making these kind of videos. So then it begs the question, why is he doing that? If he's got this kind of clientele, he must be making some good money. So why does he need to get all this clout? Why does he need to be doing this stuff? So I looked into it more, and here's the story I found. Pre-pandemic, they were doing all right. Post-COVID, they wasn't getting any clientels in. They was barely seeing any customers. So Roshan started thinking about marketing and how they can market themselves a little bit better. And they decided, like everyone did in the times of COVID, to bring the shop online, to have some kind of social media presence. Basically, he started by posting these videos on his stories on Instagram, and he would have the clients explain their suits and kind of give testimonials to their own suit. But these weren't getting any views. The clients, they weren't necessarily comfortable in front of the camera. So he started explaining the suits for them, and the more he went over the top, the more he shown this like charisma and this banter, the more views it got. And the more views it got, the more people wanted to go to the tailors themselves. So then we fast forward, we get to today, where if he was just to be in front of the camera saying, here's a fantastic suit, look at that, how nice is this suit, how beautifully made is this suit, it wouldn't get half the amount of views it does. The reason he's got almost 2 million followers on TikTok is because he's got this like creepy character that he's doing. But basically, I get thinking about it from a different angle, and I realise that I've looked through hundreds of these videos of this creepy guy playing up to this kind of suspicious character. All the while, I'm thinking in my head, well, when I want to get a suit, I want to have I want the single silk button with the thin lapel and the ... hand thread stitching. I want the little peekaboo pocket. That's the kind of suit I want. I'm starting to learn about more than I knew about suits than I ever thought I would just by watching these videos. His suit's now in my mind. I'm thinking if I get a suit, I want him to, he seems to know about suits. So why not?
2 buttons, 2 Marzoni buttons, my ... hand, needle and thread pick stitching on a hybrid lapel. A barchetta breast pocket with a curve and kick. There is the peak of my pocket square. Slanted pockets, undersized pockets, pick stitch pockets, fully lined pockets, overlapping buttons on a fully functional cuff.
They're his suits, they're his clients, so it's marketing for him. He's showing off the suits, but in a way that's actually getting people to look at it. If you look past everything that he's saying and the character, what you're left with is a video watched by millions of people of him showing off a well-designed suit.
Single button, handmade satin button, narrow peak lapel, barchetta breast pocket with a curve and kick, faced in satin, the peak of the pocket square, satin pipe pockets.
So it gets in the back of your head. And clearly his clientele's gone through the roof if you see how many videos he's posting now. So clearly it's working. Now, this video's going on a bit. I think I've lost track of what I'm trying to say. Basically, I think Roshan, also known as samstailor, is an absolute marketing genius. He's managed to position himself in a way where people want to watch and binge his content, and people that might not ordinarily buy a luxury suit, someone that might, in an ordinary situation, get an off-the-rack suit, is now excited and now wanting to go visit his shop, to go visit his tailors, and to get a suit made by him. And people want to be in the videos, and the only way to be in the videos if you are a client. So he's showing off his suits, he's getting more clients through the door, he's doing it in a way that, at the end of the day, a lot of people on the internet are calling him out. But there's all these other people that want a suit off him, so he's absolutely smashing it on the marketing. Like, to pay for a marketing campaign like that, to pay for, if you want to describe your suit and what you can do and get it seen by millions of people, you're looking at a lot of money to do that, and he's doing it all for free. All that marketing, absolute genius. Honestly, the guy is incredible, and it just goes to show that you can't judge a book by its cover, because if you judge him from his content and the videos, you think he's one type of guy. Little do you know, he's actually this marketing genius who's worked with some very, highly reputable people, very important people, dressed them, and the suit and the tailors itself is such highly regarded. Crazy. Peace out.